Good morning, Jefferson City. Happy Tuesday. We've got a little bit of everything this morning, and if I weren't in my 30s, again, we don't talk about my age on the show, I would think that I was back in college because we have governor bill signings, Chinese food, baseball. We're back to sports that I understand now. So it feels like my political science undergrad days at Mizzou. Anyways, we're going to get started with a few education stories this morning. One of Jefferson City's newest schools is continuing to grow. We had an article in the News Tribune over the weekend about High Road School opening earlier this year inside the former Special Learning Center building on the Fairgrounds Road that is serving K through 12 students with significant academic, behavioral, and emotional support needs. The school opened with just 4 students back in January. Today it is serving 13 students from Jefferson City and surrounding school districts with plans to expand in the fall. School leaders say their goal is to eventually serve 30 to 40 students, giving more mid-Missouri families access to specialized educational services closer to home rather than having to travel out of the area like to Columbia. Students remain enrolled in their home school districts, this is important, while attending High Road. The long-term goal is to help many of them transition successfully back into traditional classrooms when they're ready. And while we are still talking about schools, one of my favorite stories in the News Tribune over the last few weeks was about Linda and Richard Keller, the husband and wife custodial team at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. The two moved to Jefferson City during the pandemic and now work side by side every day. They've become beloved members of the school community. They eat breakfast together before the school day starts. They take turn taking out the trash into friendly competitions and even accidentally show up wearing matching shirts more often than they'd like to admit. Sometimes it's easy to forget that our schools have a lot of personnel that support our students and teachers and principals and district staff, and they're built by everybody who shows up every day to make students feel welcome. So I hope you check out that story in the News Tribune. A quick note from one of our sponsors at the NT Daily, MU Health. If you're looking for advanced heart care close to home, MU Healthcare offers the region's most comprehensive cardiovascular services and is accepting new patients in Columbia and Jefferson City. From preventative heart screenings and diagnostic testing to leading edge care for complex conditions, you can find the support and expertise you need. Call 573-88-HEART to schedule an appointment today or visit muhealth.org/heart care now to learn more.
Right.
And what is now might be the happiest economic development story of the week. Yesterday on Monday, after months of construction and what feels like years of folks asking me when it will happen, Panda Express officially opened its doors yesterday here in Jefferson City on Missouri Boulevard, welcomed its first customers, and is adding another option to what you can get for lunch on Missouri Boulevard. And also, again, feels like I'm back in college at MU, having to study political science, bill signings, and eat Chinese food. So guessing that many of you stopped by yesterday, considering that our News Tribune social feeds were filled with people, and am interested to hear what you thought. I don't think I need to pack on the freshman 15 anytime soon, so I'm just going to depend on you all to let me know how it was. Back to more serious things. Governor Kehoe has until tomorrow, July 15th, to sign or veto legislation passed during this year's regular legislative session. Any bill he neither signs nor vetoes by the deadline automatically becomes law without his signature. But over the last few weeks, you've probably noticed a steady stream of bill signing ceremonies. Yesterday alone, he was signing bills on economic development, healthcare. Also in the last few weeks, he signed packages on agriculture and public safety. So there are still bills remaining before tomorrow's deadline, and we will have a complete picture later this week of everything that officially becomes Missouri law. So please continue to check our social feeds and News Tribune for full coverage. In the meantime, another note from one of our sponsors, our friends at Hen House. Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Hen House Market here in Jefferson City. The new weekly specials begin tomorrow, Wednesday, and there are plenty of great deals for your next cookout or family dinner. Summer is not done yet. You will find center cut boneless chuck roast for $7.49 a pound, family pack brats for $3.99 a pound, KC strip steaks for $13.99 a pound, along with fresh peaches, nectarine, seedless watermelon, and plenty of summer favorites. Don't forget, you can always text Hen House at 41570 to get their hottest weekly deals sent right to your phone. Hen House Market, proudly your local market here in Jefferson City. A few quick hits before we leave, a couple of updates. The search for Jefferson City's next Ward 3 City Council member continues, but there are updates here. Names, applications have now been submitted, and city leaders are now beginning to review those candidates. You can check Steffi Smith, our local government reporter, who updates us on all things City Hall and city government, to follow along with the process and let you know that once finalists are selected. I believe she has an article in today's paper that can keep you updated. And one more big congratulations back to the sports that Aaron actually understands. A big congratulations to Wardsville native and Blair Oaks graduate Wil Libbert, who heard his name called in this year's Major League Baseball draft. The former Mizzou and Ole Miss left-handed pitcher was selected by the Atlanta Braves in the 5th round with the 144th overall pick after helping lead the Rebels back to the College World Series this season. Congratulations to Will and his family on that. And if I'm not correct, I believe his younger brother helped Blair Oaks win one of their baseball state championships this past spring. That is a familiar name to me. So today's show is also sponsored by our friends at Southbank Gift Company. There's a lot happening in downtown this week, but you can stop by for their end of summer sale where you'll find 50% off select home decor and gift items throughout the store. And if you've been waiting for it, the annual Mackenzie Childs Barn Sale begins Wednesday and runs through Monday. Shop early for the best selection because the most popular pieces tend to go quickly. Southbank Gift Company, right in the heart of downtown Jefferson City on High Street. Go see our friends there this week. Sounds like they have a lot going on. And that's what we have for your Tuesday morning update. We are getting closer to school and kids getting back into school. We're in the last stretch of summer here. If you found today's episode helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's still waiting to see if Panda Express is worth the hype. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. We might have a few surprise guests up our sleeve this week. Have a good Tuesday, guys.